where kindness leads us sparkles. From the outside, the Hartmann estate looked like a world untouched by time, old oak trees, a quiet garden, and a house built on generations of stories. But inside, the family who lived there was anything but simple. Elena Hartmann had always been the quiet center of her home. She was the kind of woman who listened before she spoke, who loved before she judged. Her husband, Daniel, was steady and thoughtful, though often distracted by the weight of his responsibilities, and Elena's younger brother, Leo, still lived with them for a time, trying to find his path in the world. Their lives moved forward in a comfortable rhythm, until the day Elena's grandfather arrived. Except, he didn't arrive the way anyone expected. For weeks, the family had seen an old gardener tending the roses, trimming branches, sweeping fallen petals. His worn hat always hid his face, and his voice, when he spoke, was quiet and rough. Elena, out of simple kindness, often brought him lemonade or coffee. Sometimes she stayed to talk. She told him about little things, her hopes, her worries, her dreams. He listened with an attentiveness no one else seemed to give her. Leo helped him carry heavy boxes from the shed now and then, but usually he was too busy rushing through the days. Daniel rarely noticed the gardener at all. He was always leaving early, returning late, exhausted and preoccupied. Then, one warm afternoon, everything changed. The gardener walked into the living room, wiped the dust from his hands, and slowly, very slowly, lifted his hat, and then, with trembling fingers, he peeled away what looked impossibly like a mask. Underneath it was grandfather Aldrich Hartmann, the man who had disappeared years earlier to travel the world, as he used to say. The man everyone believed preferred loneliness to family. Elena gasped. Daniel nearly dropped the glass in his hand. Leo whispered, "No, this can't be real." But it was. Grandfather Aldrich stood there, unmistakably himself, eyes shining with warmth, mischief, and an old sadness only time could explain. "I had to know," he said quietly, "who in this house still carried the heart of kindness. Who helps without being asked? Who sees people, really sees them?" Elena's eyes filled with tears. "You were kind to me when you thought I was no one," he said softly, turning to her. "You brought warmth to a stranger. And Leo, when you stopped long enough to help me, I saw the good man you're becoming." "Daniel," Aldrich paused, "you have a good heart too, though buried in work. But the truth is, I wanted to understand my family before deciding the future of everything I built." And that was when he revealed the truth. He had returned to choose an heir, not just for his wealth, but for the legacy of the Hartmann name, the soul of the family. The decision seemed obvious to everyone except Elena, who shook her head immediately. "I don't need anything, grandfather," she whispered. "I only did what anyone should do." "Ah," Aldrich said with a smile, "and that is exactly why you deserve it." But the story didn't end there, because Aldrich was not finished with his surprises. He introduced two more people who stepped into the room like characters from another lifetime: Amelia, the granddaughter of Aldrich's long-lost friend, whom he had taken under his wing after her parents passed, and Raphael, Aldrich's quiet, observant godson who had been helping him manage affairs behind the scenes. Both had grown close to him during his travels. Both had become part of his life. And now, Aldrich wanted them to be part of the Hartmann family as well. Elena welcomed them instantly with her warm smile. Leo found in Raphael a calm mentor. Daniel saw in Amelia a spark of curiosity that mirrored Elena's own compassion. The house slowly filled with voices, with laughter, with new beginnings that wove themselves into the old walls. And when Aldrich finally announced his inheritance, he did something no one saw coming. He did not choose one heir. He divided his estate into parts that matched the heart of each person. To Elena, he gave the home and the garden, the place where kindness had blossomed. To Daniel, he entrusted the archives and family history, knowing he would protect it with steady hands. To Leo, he offered funds and support to finally start the workshop he had dreamed of for years. To Amelia, he gave the art studio overlooking the orchard. And to Raphael, he handed the responsibility of managing the family's charitable foundation. "This is my legacy," Aldrich said, his voice trembling. "Not wealth. Not property. but the kindness that you will carry into the world. And for the first time in years, the Hartmann home felt whole. In the evenings, they gathered at the long wooden table, sharing stories, meals, and small moments that stitched their lives together. Elena felt her heart fuller than ever. Daniel rediscovered the warmth of family he had nearly forgotten. Leo found direction. Amelia found belonging. Raphael found purpose. Grandfather Aldrich would sit back quietly, watching them with eyes that carried peace. And one night, as lanterns glowed softly on the terrace and laughter drifted into the garden, he whispered to Elena, "You were the key that opened this home again. Kindness leads us farther than any map," and she finally understood. It wasn't about inheritance. It wasn't about tests. It was about finding each other again. And so the Hartmann family wrote a new chapter, one built not on secrets or trials, but on warmth, gentleness, and the quiet strength of love. A home reborn. A family reunited. A legacy restored. And kindness at its heart, forever.